Well, we're here with Dr. Paul Wright, who is what by title, are you the president of?
President, yeah.
of Jerusalem University College. He actually came here as the vice president and dean of academics in 1997.
Right.
And they didn't want to let a good thing go, and so they grabbed you as president when the president retired.
It happens.
Yeah. Well, you know that I've always been intrigued by Jerusalem University College. I love what comes out of here. But why don't you just tell us a little bit about, we got a beautiful garden here, a beautiful setting on Mount Zion. Why don't you tell us a little bit about how Jerusalem University College came to be and a little bit what it's about?
Sure. The founding president, Doug Young, the new academic dean at Trinity Evangelical Divinity School in the mid-1950s, came on an archaeological dig. I think 1954 or 1955, the year that I was born. Yay!
56.
So there we begin. And it was with Yigal Yadin, Professor Yadin, who had been the chief of staff of the Army in the War of Independence, 1948. And Yadin was an archaeologist after that, and he was digging at Chatzor up in the northern Galilee. And lots of people came to dig, and Doug Young came. And he was so excited about what he saw for possibilities of having folks in North America. He was Canadian American. Okay. Folks in North America who were in seminary or graduate school interested in becoming pastors or professors of Bible or subjects related to Bible, to come and do something firsthand like he did, but more. He got to know a lot of people when he was here. David Ben-Gurion came to the dig, the prime minister. Yeah. So a lot of people came. And he connected up with folks, and he said, you know what we need is a graduate, a lengthy, not a tour, but a lengthy graduate level experience, academic experience in this land. And in the late 50s, 1958, was the first 6 month it was. Okay. A group that came, flew over on a slow airplane, a small of them, yeah, back in 58. And it was a 6-month program where they studied under Israeli faculty directly. That was the idea. Okay. To hear from the voices of the land directly, firsthand. People who were archaeologists and biblical scholars and rabbis and people who knew Hebrew as their first language, right, as their mother tongue language. And people who were political scientists and sociologists of the current situation in the land. The people who would write the books that the people in the States would read. Yeah, so come and get it directly. And it became very popular very fast. He connected up with a number of different schools that were interested in a similar experience. Eventually he resigned his position at Trinity and came here full time. We started offering the MA degree, Masters of Arts degree, already in the early 60s. A graduate level institution for quite a while.
Eventually,
no. I mean, eventually we started undergraduate as well, okay, and short courses, 2 and 3 weeks, because not everybody can be here for a semester or a year or more. Right. But we began in rented facilities about a mile from here, right in downtown Jerusalem. Okay. The Christian and Missionary Alliance Guest House. It's a church and like a facilities, for people to come and stay and study. But outgrew that quite quickly. We were there actually during the war in 1967. The last war in Jerusalem was 1967. And we're there. Doug Young volunteered to drive an ambulance. Oh, wow. For that, and that endeared him to the state of Israel and to the city. And our students saw that. They were here for those few days of fighting, but had already arranged to rent the facilities where we are now. An historic building that was built starting in 1853, exactly on the line of the wall of the old city as it was in Jesus' day. There are archaeological remains in the building of that wall, different types of remains there. And the building was built in the 1850s as a school for Arab boys in a Western British curriculum, high school level. That institution left in 1947, and the Israeli army had control of the building from 1947 really indefinitely. And we signed a letter of intent with the owners of the building, the Anglican Church, housed in London at the time, that should the army ever leave, we could come in and clean the place up and then talk about long-term, rights to the place. And in May of 1967, that was just a signed letter. It had really no substantive meaning. And 3 weeks later, by the middle of June 1967, all of a sudden the Army left. This is no longer a strategic spot for them because the functional border was done by the Jordan River as Israel had taken control of the West Bank. And so we moved in August of 1967 and have been here ever since, and fixing up the buildings, doing all kinds of things as you could imagine.
Right.
And as the buildings became home and the curriculum, the kinds of classes that we offer, very much becoming home to us as well. A number of faculty here, very well-known people, many of them, Israelis, or some are Palestinian, Arabs, teaching, the Islamic or the Palestinian classes,
Right.
things like that. But local folk who are here, and we learn firsthand, what they have to say in and about the land. All of them take the Bible seriously, not always the way that we would, but they take it as a significant document, and the entire curriculum is focused around understanding Bible better, and the land of Israel better, and the historic narrative and the revelation of God here in the land. Whether it's a course for 2 weeks, or 3 weeks, or 1 semester, or 1 year, or 2 years. It's all the same idea.
Right.
Yeah.
I know that a lot of people that have come through this school, you yourself at one point, I know you did numerous degrees in locations and in Hebrew Union University for your PhD, but you came through here. You did an MA program here.
Yeah.
What are some of the people that have come through here that now that we might know of, they've been published and things like that?
Yeah, we have about 25,000 alumni of any kind, but about 230 who did the MA degree.
Okay.
Some of them are people we would never know. I mean,
Right.
they just come and have a good time while they're here and are enriched because of it. The head of the Near Eastern Studies Department at UCLA, Bill Schniedewind, is an MA grad. The archaeologist at Trinity Evangelical Divinity School, John Monson, is a grad. We have a professor at the University of Toronto, a number of professors at Christian liberal arts schools have been here, including Gordon College in next to Boston. Elaine Phillips, professor there. I don't know who you know to say who you might know, but I mean, there's quite a few. There's really quite a few, and quite a few quite active, and some of them at state universities, some of them in faith-based schools, some of them in churches, some of them in missions. We had a fellow who was a retired aerospace engineer with Lockheed in his 60s. He and his wife came. He did the MA.
Wow.
And he wasn't intending to get a job in the field, but lots of people come. Lots of people come. Lots of people come. Yeah. Doing all kinds of things.
And I always enjoy. I've made sure I grabbed a number of your books, your teaching style, a lot with Car to Jerusalem, with Glory and Greatness, and books like that. I've really enjoyed. Well, it's a unique place, isn't it?
It is. It is. There's nothing like it.
Yeah.
I mean, lots of schools would like to say their school is unique. I mean, this one really is.
Yeah.
This one really is in terms of location and curriculum, and ethos and approach. There's nothing like it.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a school that is solid in its foundation as the Bible is the Word of God, and then digging deeper and saying, I'm not going to just bring an interpretation. I'm going to let the Scriptures speak, and let God speak, and that's what's nice. I also encourage people as they come to Jerusalem University College, whether it be for Israel 2016, the tour that we're organizing, or another short-term program here, or quite frankly, an MA degree, which would truly enrich your profession if your goal is to get a more academic understanding, to carry it over into a professional career and things like that. Jerusalem University College has a lot to offer, but we're actually near the garden area of Jerusalem University College, and behind the camera you can't see is a wonderful olive tree, and if we went a little bit past us here, we'd see pomegranates and grapes, and is there plums too there? I can't remember.
No,
Yeah, but
no, but
pomegranates and grapes.
our apricot tree died this past summer. Too bad. We need to plant another one, but you know, we have a lot of other things
So
as well. Yeah,
just a beautiful setting, and I still remember one of the times I came here. I loved going at the top floor on that roof area. Kind of overlooks the new city, but if you look over, you can see the old city.
Yeah.
And great place to have devotions, and it's just a neat place to go.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, thanks again, Paul, for
You're
giving us a
welcome.
little bit of introduction of Jerusalem University College. We wish you all sorts of blessings.
Thanks so much.
Thank you very much.
Most appreciated. Thank you.